This PSA was brought to you by the Peter G Show.
You may have second thoughts after the show.
Don't drink the faucet.
We're really talented. We should get Oscars.
Just pick out a fucking car, for Christ's sake.
No, hi, my name is Peter. I want. Here's good.
Yeah.
Madam Perry.
I need to get back in the genie bottle.
Louis from Pennsylvania, you're on.
He likes it.
It's showtime.
Peter G Show, Peter G Show, divorced dad, single dad, divorced dad, single dad, Peter G Show.
Oh yeah, it's showtime. And it's really funny because seconds before we're hitting that camera, my face just lit up. It's because it's why? We got Rodney Norman on the show tonight. But how the hell is everybody? We'll talk about that in a second. Another beautiful day in the neighborhood. I want to thank everybody who's going to be tuning in and watching in the future as the show lives on. But live is cool. You can comment live too, but I want to welcome everybody for tuning into Life with Peter G right here, The Peter G Show, every Wednesday, like clockwork, 6 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Central, and 9 p.m. on the East Coast, God willing. And that is a fact. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in. It's like I said, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. I love the spring weather. It's April 15th, tax day. Now it's tax night. Evening, going into the evening. In California, it's just a little after 6 o'clock, and people are driving home from work. I can honestly tell you that I don't have my taxes done, but we'll talk about that in a minute too, and I'll tell you why. But it's all good. Tonight, great show, as I just mentioned when we first kicked on, because my face just broke out into a huge smile. But tonight I have comedian Rodney Norman on the show. And for those of you who are aware of Rodney Norman, need I say more? He has the most screwed up way of putting things into such a logical sense. And I dig him for that. I found him years ago and always been a fan. And I'm thankful that he gave me some time tonight. And he's going to spend some time with you guys. So buckle up, buttercups, because like I said, we're going to have a lot of fun in a very common sense kind of way, but yet kind of twisted too at the same time. So it's a yin and a yang. I dig it. Coming up in a few minutes. Also, I want to remind you now that we're right here, right now. I forgot to tell everybody throughout this month. This month is National Child Abuse Awareness and Prevention Month, and I the only reason, well, not the only reason I'm mentioning it is because it is important. I'm all about kids, as you know. Children can't protect themselves; they're vulnerable. I hate when people go through divorces and kids get caught in the middle, all that stuff, all the above. But I touch on all different, and in fact, coming up within these next few months, I got a bunch of different shows about things like that. And I think they're pretty informative and valuable. But next week, it's still April, is still National Child Abuse and Awareness Prevention Month. And Wednesday, April 22nd, I'm going to have Mr. Dean Tong on the show. He's an author. He's also a certified forensic consultant and child abuse expert. You would think when I'm talking about child abuse and sexual abuse against a child, but there are times, and it's so sad, that this actually doesn't happen, and a parent will put a child against another parent and make the child lie and literally railroad the other parent, which could lead to jail. I mean, just crazy stuff. I mean, you can go to jail because, who's not going to believe a child? And this guy defends the people who are being accused of false allegations and things like that. And he's been doing it for a very long time. And parent alienization as well. this is important stuff because I know me as a parent. I mean, I went through my hell. That's why it says it on the intro song. But I went through it, and not with the sexual abuse or allegations or anything like that. But it's still hell because you love your children and you want to do nothing but spend time with them. And every time that you're going through divorces and things like that, it could be really sticky. And depending on who you're dealing with, and he's going to be on the show, and we're going to talk about all that stuff, false allegations, and so it's going to be pretty interesting. So join me Wednesday, April 22nd. For National Child Abuse and Awareness Month, but also with professional. He's an attorney. He's also a certified forensic child abuse expert, and he's going to be on the show. Mr. Dean Tong is going to be on this show right here. So another one of those things that's knowledge is power, and it's just good to know. All right, that's important. What we got going on here? We got some. What we got going on? Oh, look, it's MCF Senior. Shalom. Let's get it, go Cowboys. All right, I'm here for you, and I'm glad you're here too. That's awesome. What we got? I'm glad you guys are already starting with the streaming. Looking level up, check out StreamYard. What the hell is that? I'll be damned. We don't need no StreamYard ads. But level up anyway. Oh, I guess that they threw that in there on yours, Rodney. Let those damn people. It's a selfless ploy, plug for StreamYard. Where are we at? Now I just lost my whole train of thought because we said next week. Also, before we even get going, lately, as I just started not too long ago with my spirituality for this summer and the spring and all that, I think. No better time than the present to get a little of that astrological insight before we start the show for what's going on in the universe this week. And what better way than to have Moon Mistress Tarot tell us all what's going on. So here, check her out.
Hello, my loves. Here's how the new moon on April 17th, this Friday, is going to affect your sign. Let's start off with my fire signs. And damn, that's a good place to start because there's your Emperor energy. That is all about the fire, my darlings. So all of my beautiful Sagittarius, my Leos, and my Aries, you got this. Whatever you're setting out there, you've got this. My loves, earth signs. Ooh, trust your intuition. That's my Capricorns, my Virgos, my Taurus. Trust your intuition. You're going to be guided to exactly what you need. Your dreams, your desires, that energy is coming through. My air signs, ooh, you got Queen of Wands, the unstoppable card. That is my beautiful Aquarius, my Geminis, and my Libras. You're kicking it. Go for whatever you need to go for, my darlings. Last, my water signs, my beautiful Pisces. I love my Pisces. Energy for Cancer, and for my Scorpios, 6 of Wands. You got a victory happening there, babies. MoonMistressTarot.com to find out what's going on and how this is going to affect your sign. And as always, enjoy your week. And back to you, Peter.
And back to me, Peter. I order you to love your Pisces. Take that to the bank. All right. Thank you, Moon Mistress Tarot. Listen, if you want to find out more about your astrological journey, go check out Moon Mistress Tarot at moonmistrestarot.com. You know, everybody needs a little bit of spirituality, a little accountability. It doesn't hurt, that's for sure. All right. Reminder, share. I love you guys, but sharing is caring. Take the shows on the road with you. Also, I know it takes a lot of dedication to sit and watch a show, because I like the visual stuff, but I realize that right now it's only 10 after 6 on the West Coast, and people are driving home from work. Put an earbud in your ear, Google Peter G Show podcast, take the show on the road with you. There's over 400 shows on demand. Something to keep you busy, all kind of topics, including tonight's, which will go on demand after this show is over with the king himself, Mr. Rodney Norman, who'll be on in a couple of minutes here. But sharing is caring. Like I said, that's the best thing you can do for me if you like it. And don't forget, you can comment live. Those of you who are watching the official Facebook Peter G Show page, you can comment live. We'll see the comments. And I think Rodney's simulcasting right now from his pages. So you can comment from his official Rodney Norman page and his official YouTube Rodney Norman page. And that goes for the Peter G Show YouTube pages that I can't get arrested on, but I still go on there because it's a big platform and I have to play the game. But even though they just give me enough oxygen just to stay alive. But I digress. We'll talk about that in a little while too. It ain't easy being on here, that's for sure. But real quick, I wanted to tell you, I mentioned to you that it's tax day, and that's why I wanted to have Rodney on the show to lighten things up a bit, which I think is a good thing. We'll talk about all kinds of stuff, but what we got here. And ladies and gentlemen, Pensacola in the house. Thank you. Hey, man. Hey, man. Thanks for tuning in. Where you been? It is tax day. I hope everybody got their stuff in order. And I didn't get my taxes done. And it bothers me because I don't like being behind, but I've had the same tax guy for about 26, 27 years now, something like that. I love the guy to death. He's really good at what he does. But the hardest problem is getting an appointment with him. I have to call. I started calling from January 23rd. And we just made an appointment 3 days ago for next month. The whole time I reach him, I get his office. Let me get back to you. This goes on. This has been going on for years. And again, because once you get the appointment, boom, we're smoking. He's great. He understands. He's a younger guy or was a younger guy. We're all getting older. But he understands all the ins and outs. Plus, being in entertainment, it's a little bit different. So, you got to know those loopholes and all that kind of stuff. And I'm happy as hell. But to get to him, I think I could get to Elvis easier yearly than to him. And so once again, I fell behind. But they finally answered me. They picked up the phone actually again and didn't say I'll call you back. Yeah, it was great. But this is, it wears me out sometimes. But yet, I'm one of those kind of people. Back when I used to have a lot of hair, I was dedicated to my hairdresser, hairstylist, whatever, barber, whatever. Now, I just use my lawnmower. Works real well. The only difference between if a good haircut and a bad haircut's about 2 weeks, and I'm good. So, but I'm loyal. I'm loyal to the people that take care of me, and I take care of the people that take care of. We got Silly Smacker. You must know what's going on, Rodney. Rodney's got fans. Someday I'm going to have fans like Rodney. I'm working on it. We're going to bring Rodney on in just a minute. First, before we go, and bring him on. He's stretching right now. He does this like Tai Chi type thing that before he gets on, he gets all limbered up, and because I've seen the process. I don't know if it ain't pretty, but that's his process. But before he comes on, I want to hear from my good friends over at Clean Star Product with their money-saving fuel additive DX1 driver. Because let's face it, folks. It makes sense to save money. And right now, gas is expensive. If you have higher mileage vehicles, this is the stuff you need to be using. It takes care of your old, long mileage engines. Good food, good body. But I'll be right back. Let them explain it to you.
Let us help you with the high price of fuel. Hello, I'm Ty Thompson at CleanStarProducts.com. We can optimize your engine, saving you money in gas. Here's how. Our program works the same with gasoline and diesel engines. Whether you're using a car pack or SUV pack, the instructions are the same. Add 1 bottle to your engine oil, and each time you change your oil, add 1 bottle to the fuel tank each and every fuel fill-up. It's that easy. You get 10% fuel economy on average, lower emissions, and increased horsepower. DX1 sells for $2 an ounce, so for just a few dollars a fuel tank, you can optimize your engine, saving you money in gas. Come on, give it a try. It's the finest green-grade oil in the world from a California environmental company. You're going to feel it when you drive. Order online today. We'll get it out right away. CleanStarProducts.com/shop.
That's right, Clean Star Products. I got 2 things to say to you. It works. And it makes a great peace sign, too. But it does. It does work. I use it myself. I say this every week because it's the truth. And, we're constantly bringing in more and more people, and I want everybody to know. I'm shouting it out loud. This little bitty bottle right here. You take one of these bottles, you pour it into a clean oil change. For those of you who drive a lot, especially high-mileage cars, you pour it into a clean oil change. It lasts the whole oil change. You don't touch anything. Just put it in. Then, when you put fuel in your car, preferably a full tank, you put this little bottle into the tank, put your gas in, and drive. It's that simple. A caveman can do it. I'm telling you, you'll notice the difference. I noticed the difference in my high-mileage Ford F-150 within about 3 tankfuls. I did. My daughter noticed the difference. She borrows it to get hay for her horse. Hay! Sometimes she runs out of food before they deliver more, and she needs to go pick up a few bales. And if she notices, and again, she doesn't pay any kind of attention to my vehicles, but she noticed it. So do the right thing, but don't believe me. Go to their website, www.cleanstarproducts. They got a telephone number right there. Call them. I know nowadays people don't talk on the phone. You want to just text and order and this and that, but I'm telling you, they'll talk to you. I mean, who does that? The personal touch, right? Like the old days. They'll answer all your questions because they got a product that they believe in and it works. Call them at 310-200-8931. You might even get Ty himself and mention that you saw it on the Peter G Show, because should you decide to order, they will send you 5 bottles for the price of 4. 5 bottles for the price of 4. That makes a great starter kit because you put one of these in the new clean oil change, and then you have 4 full tanks of fuel to put it in to really get things out. After that, just maintain your car. Put it in once a week, once a month, once every 2 weeks. Good food, good body. That's the only way I can tell you how it works. Cleans everything out, brings up your horsepower again, the sludge, the gunk, more lubricity, less repairs. You don't want to be repairing cars. Nowadays, nobody can afford to do that. They just go buy a new car, and that sucks. So just do it, all right? Give them a call. Tell them you saw it on the Peter G Show, and they'll take care of you. And that's what I got to say about that. What we got here? We got another... let's see. Diana, Peter, you look really good in black. Well, thank you, Diana. It's the official color of LA, and it's much more slimming. So that's a fact. Because I've been slacking lately, and I haven't been able to be doing the things I need to do and to prevent me from being a fat ass. So how do you slim down? You just throw on the old black. But I've always loved black. I think black goes with everything. It's the saddest of all colors, but I kind of like it, especially coming from the music industry. It's how black can this be? And the answer is none more black. But that's how it goes. All right. One last thing, and then we're bringing Rodney on, but I can't forget that. We have to do the official sippy poo to bless this show. And I want to thank all the viewers and the future viewers and listeners through the audio podcast. I love you guys. I know it takes effort to be able to do this, and you do it, and I don't take that for granted. Again, I realize that life is busy, so thank you, and I love you guys, and keep up the good work. We're killing it. Salute. Oh, a little bit too much octane. Smooth. Don't let it match. Isn't that right, Butthead?
Smooth.
I couldn't have said it better myself. All right. So look up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. Ladies and gentlemen, from parts unknown, or they might be known, but unknown and unbeknownst because he's a road warrior. He's all over the place. The one, the only. He's bigger than life itself. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to stumble. Hey. Oh, I hope I didn't wake you. Did I wake you?
No, I was just doing my Tai Chi, getting my blood flowing.
Yeah.
How you doing today, Peter?
You're looking great as always, Rodney Norman, normal Norman. I'm sorry, I've been drinking. Yeah, everything is good. I'm really glad that you were available to give me the time. This is the first time you've been able to like be at home and do the show.
Yeah, I'm enjoying my actual house that I pay for. That I figured out I spent a total of 4 weeks. 4 weeks at home last year.
Wow.
And this year I'm up to 5 weeks, so I'm doing better. So,
yeah, you're a road warrior. I mean, you really are. You all over the place.
Yeah, it's dumb. It's not. I'm really horrible at planning everything and anything, and so I end up having a tour schedule where I'm in Boston one night, and then the next night I'm in San Diego, and I usually drive. So yeah, it's horrible. It's I don't know what I'm doing.
Speaking of which, I mean, we're getting a lot of comments. We're getting a lot of comments already. I want to start showing them too. But I understand that even you getting home, that because you had to whatever you were doing today, you had to rush home so you could be on the show, and you almost got into a horrible accident. What happened?
I was would have been a pretty serious car accident. Guy darted right in front of me, but fortunately, at the last second, I managed to change my mind.
Change your mind. That's that's good that you had that, because some people aren't that lucky. Absolutely. Yeah. Well, cool. Again, you're a busy guy, and the last time that you were on this show was next month it was 2 years ago when you were on the show, believe it or not.
2 years ago. Wow. Yeah.
And, yeah, time flies. I wanted to have you on before the presidential elections, because weren't you running for president?
I was, and in fact, I think I'm going to do it again. Why not? I might actually campaign and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I'd vote for you.
Or we're talking about taxes.
Yeah.
My plan is I'm going to get rid of all of them.
You're going to just eliminate them, huh?
All of them. We're getting rid of the income tax entirely. We're just going to put a tax on Taylor Swift concerts. That's it. We can. I think we can fund the entire government by just taxing Taylor Swift concerts. They're in the news, I guess. So that's what brought that up. Because of what's their name? Getting to that progressive pricing. That's craziness.
Yeah. Live Nation. They're making too much money.
Yeah.
Wow. Hey, let's look at a couple of these. Must be your fans. Got EDM. He's giving you the party sign. Somebody's giving you the party sign. Somebody says, you're doing chair yoga.
Chair yoga.
Yeah. Am I on television? Somebody wants to know if they're on television. That's good.
We're not even on television. What are you talking about?
Yeah, we're on Smell-O-Vision. I like your Buc-ee's. Of course, you're on the road so much. So what do you think of Buc-ee's? Because we stopped in Texas. What do you think?
Well, there's better food out there. I'll be honest with you. Their food's good enough.
Yeah.
For truck stop food, it's probably some of the best. But the killer for Buc-ee's, of course, is just nice, clean restrooms.
Right.
You get your own private stall. You don't have the American metal divider things that we have in the bathrooms. None of those. You get your own private suite. You shut the door, you lock it. There's lots of them, so you don't have to worry about somebody knocking on the door. Are you finished yet? Are you finished? You're in none of that. You just get in there, do your business, lay it out. Oh, it's the best. And that is the entire selling point of Buc-ee's is the bathrooms. Is it just, you lay it out. You can take a nap in there. No one... It's awesome. It's
The floors are pretty clean. I mean, if somebody said you could, they're so clean you could eat sushi off of them.
If you really wanted to, yeah, you're still going to get worms from the sushi, though. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. I didn't try a whole lot of the
worst case of food poisoning I ever got was from some sushi. I bought it at a college career day or something. I don't know what was going on. There was a lot of booths and stuff, and some guy was selling sushi, so I grabbed some, and I think I met my higher self and communicated with aliens that night. It was an extraordinary experience.
I guess getting food poisoning can do that, I guess.
Oh yeah, I was laying in bed for the room is spinning. I mean, I'm sitting there thinking, peeing in the bed's not that big of a deal, because the thought of getting up and going to the bathroom, 4 feet away was just not with me.
Yeah.
But I did manage to make it. I had to crawl. You ever done that? You have to crawl into the bathroom and then climb up enough so you can pee. I just started peeing in the tub. It was easier.
See, I didn't think of that, but I didn't do it from food poisoning, but I hurt my back so bad that I couldn't even crawl, like putting one hand in front of the other. This was many, many years ago in the 90s.
Oh, I could do that too. Yeah.
Oh yeah. And then all of a sudden you finally get to the bathroom. I was so close to calling an ambulance because that's how it was the worst ever. But then you get up to the toilet and then it's like, now what? I'm on my knees, and that was the problem. But yeah, I've never really had bad food poisoning though. Thank God.
Oh, well, yeah, it was funny because I had a friend, he did ayahuasca. You heard about that stuff?
Oh yeah, I'm on it right now.
$6,000 went to South America, had to spend a week, took like a month to prepare for it. Gets down there and then he's just puking and pooping and pissing and things are, and he's just talking with ghosts and had a higher learning. It was a life-changing experience. He told me all about it, and I was like, you know what? I did the same thing, and all it cost me was $6.99.
Yeah, I haven't had anybody who was like peeing all over themselves and stuff like that. We've been tripping, but not that bad.
It's crazy the stuff those guys are gonna do.
Wow. That's what we got going on here.
You get into ayahuasca here in the United States, you don't got to travel. You just go do it in some guy's trailer just outside of Tucson.
When I was a kid growing up in Florida, that we used to go to the 4-H club right after it rained, and you'd pick mushrooms from the cow poop. That's the truth. That's the truth. I didn't make a habit of it, but I mean, we did that several times. What we got going on here? Santa. I'm sorry. There's a lot of. I just like. I'm glad people are commenting. Santa or Jesus. What we got here? MCS. He says, but I see with the Buc-ee's thing though, you managed to pick up. I mean, because they definitely specialize in swag, right? Is this guy my?
Look, I didn't plan this, but yeah, I got even.
Oh wow! You got matching I think
I have 7 Buc-ee's shirts.
Yeah, and a matching cup. That's almost like having a matching purse. Yeah.
Because remember when all the Stanley Cups were all the rage?
Yeah.
I got my protest. I got a Buc-ee's mug.
Yeah, no doubt. Price. My daughter, she got a Buc-ee's baseball hat, but basically, and while we were there, I mean, I just was checking out the place, and we were in Texas, I think, when we stopped and found one, and it was interesting. Yeah. I mean, you got to give them credit. What a racket! It was packed.
Oh yeah, they're always packed. I mean, I've gotten in there at like 2 a.m. and still people everywhere. It's crazy.
Really? Yeah, we were in the middle. we were in the middle of the day, and I mean, so they have affordable gas, which gets you in there. But they do have they run a good. I mean, I read the story on that guy, like 20 years ago, how they started, a single gas station.
Yeah.
And it's quite. I mean, that's I guess the American dream, really. But it's been all the craze now. And do you make an effort? When you're driving everywhere, do you make an effort, like if we're going to stop somewhere for gas or this and that, if there's a Buc-ee's, will you make that a preference?
Yeah, absolutely. I do.
Oh.
I'll be honest with you. I'll skip potty breaks. I'll hold it, damage my bladder, just so I can pee at Buc-ee's.
Wow, it's a nice feeling. Yeah, you feel like royalty. Yeah. Wow. Well, I didn't realize we were going to have a Buc-ee's chat, but I'm glad we did. You just never know. A couple things. I'm going to be like all over the map because I just wrote some things down this week as I was thinking about going into this show. But
sure.
Tonight's opening, the picture of you is like you're looking into the space shuttle or a space capsule or something like that. I don't know if you caught that, but it was a picture that you had, and there's an astronaut. Did you just see the recent? Did you see the recent launch of the Artemis that supposedly went around the moon?
Yeah, it's at least they're consistent with the pictures they're showing. But you know what I mean? I mean, here we are. It's 57 years since we were on the moon.
Yeah.
57 years, we still got the same camera angles. What? I don't know. I think the whole thing is quite crazy.
I know, but that's why. I mean, I don't want to not believe, but you're going to tell me 50 years they're still using the same type of space capsule with the same type of balloons to land. And I hear other stories about we have bases, on mega motherships that are going across the universe, and we're still doing it, with a rocket up their ass.
Well, my theory, you want to hear the granddaddy of all conspiracy theories.
Absolutely.
Is that I believe that we have bases on the moon. We've been going to the moon for years, and that they put on their show about the moon to keep us thinking that it's impossible and that there's really nothing there. That's the thing, because if they showed us what was really there, we'd all want to go and hang out. Because there's aliens, there's different, there's like 15 different alien species that we're communicating with. They've got all bases on the moon. They just want us to stay away from the moon, so that they make up this stuff, make it look fake, so that we're always talking about it, saying, "Oh, there's no way we've ever gone," So they get that conspiracy theory going. In reality, we've been going to the moon for years. We got bases up there. We're on the Mars. Come on, people.
Yeah, well,
That's what I think.
Here's one of your fans says maybe that's how you get to space. I guess when I said you put a rocket under your ass, I'm saying even with Elon, they're still using rockets when there's this talk of all these ships that are, like the Federation and all this stuff going on, and we're still,
You don't want people to know what you're capable of doing. If you're doing crazy stuff, you don't want people to know that you're doing it. If they don't know that you're capable of doing it, then they're never going to stop you from doing it. So you don't want people to know what you can do, because if they know what you can do, they're going to stop you from doing it. So if you want to keep doing what you want to do, then you got to let people know that you can't do it. So they don't even think about that it's even a possibility of doing it. You see, you know what I'm saying? Absolutely. Of course you do.
Makes total sense. I've been watching it, and again, more and more I want to believe, because I'm thinking, how hard can it be? We've done it before, supposedly, but when it splashed down, what about when it splashed down, that hot ass capsule, no steam in the water, no nothing. It's just like goes in the water and they're all, yay, we did it, yay.
Yay! Look at my plastic helmet. Ooh.
Yeah. Well, I mean, maybe it's a high-tech plastic.
Yeah, I mean, I just watching the whole production, I was like, they're not even. It's like they're mocking us.
I know, but why
You know
even
what I mean?
spend? But no, but Rodney, why spend the money? Do you really think people are going to go? Why aren't they sending anybody around the moon right now? This is ridiculous.
They're trying to justify the money they're spending, so they had to come up with something crazy.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it's all going, to a different direction to fund all the other projects that we're not allowed to know about.
Yep, there's a lot of craziness going on in this world.
Well, when I saw your picture of you staring through the through the capsule, I go, "What?"
Well, they're watching the videos on the spaceship on Artemis 2. That's the deal.
Yeah,
They're floating out in space. We're watching my videos. That's the important thing.
Well, it is the important thing, and I don't have the actual. Well, I got this one. I'll just show it one more time. There's Rodney right there. They're all checking Rodney out, all in the space capsule. But is it real or is it Memorex? Yeah. I just had to ask you. I knew that you're gonna know what's going on.
Absolutely.
What do we got going on here? It says the $23 million toilet broke. Yeah. Oh yeah. So diapers. It is. That was one of the problems they had. The gravity toilet or something like that. You remember? Did you see that? You should have been there.
Yeah. Yeah. They gotta have some drama to keep you interested.
I know, but that was pretty shitty. You can think of something else. The toilet broke. It's like, oh, the calamity. The toilet broke. Let's talk about your traveling. You're really, I mean, not only are you all over the country constantly, you do a lot of social media. I mean, you're constantly, do you do it, or is your wife? I mean, because you travel a lot with your wife, or all the time, correct?
Yeah, usually she comes with me. Most of the time she does. I prefer it when she does.
Yeah.
Because you get lonely. But no, yeah, we're traveling. I mean, I'm here in town, here in my hometown of Stafford Springs, Connecticut, this weekend doing a show at they sell crystals and all that kind of stuff, tarot cards or whatever. And they have people come in and do readings. They got a small room in the back we can seat about 40, 50 people doing shows there this weekend, and then flying out to do a show in Wyoming on Monday. And then next weekend I'm in Dallas, Oregon, a place called The Gather, doing shows there. So I'm just doing strange, weird, little, odd, obscure places. I'm doing an industrial zone in Roseburg, Oregon, the next weekend. I can't say anything is my problem.
Well, look, I've always known from, back when I was, 35 years ago, I mean, watching comedians, it's a hard road. I mean, you're on your own kind of, and you're out there, I remember there used to be comedy caravans and you maybe travel with some other comedians. Some people did, but you're out there battling it on your own and doing it. It's kind of, it is hard.
Oh yeah. Cause I'm not getting picked up by any of the big clubs. I play a few of them, but for the most part, it's just me. In any place I can find a group of people that'll sit for an hour and listen to me, I'll show up. I do pizza shops, coffee shops, laundromats, car washes.
Uh-huh.
You name it. If you can get 40 people in your hallway closet, I'll show up and do a show. I have no pride. I might
take you up on that.
I have, I said, I have no pride at all. I'm just trying I'm just trying to keep the bills paid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I gave up being. I might be somewhat famous, but the rich thing that ain't coming anytime soon. So I'm just I'm scraping existence. Most of the time, I only make enough money just to get to my next gig, but I'm having a good time. So,
But what happened with your 401k plan that you had?
absolutely, well, you know, they say we're getting close to World War II, and the dollar is going to become worthless. And I couldn't be more excited because my retirement account is based on that.
Huh?
Okay, I don't have a retirement account.
Wow.
Okay, but to be honest with you, the only reason I don't have a retirement account is because I thought Jesus was going to be back by now.
Yeah.
There we go.
What happened? A lot of people. I had a psychic on my show a couple of months ago, and she says Jesus isn't coming. She says it's all from within, you know. So don't be if you'll be waiting for a long time. So I mean, and a lot of people were upset with what she had to say. This person says right here, I just want to say I watch your videos often, and they always help me feel better. I send them to everyone and brighten up their day too. That's on you. Yeah.
Very nice. Thank you.
And I completely agree. I completely agree. I watched you, and I should have put. Do I still have it? I bet I do. Hang on, because I've played it before, and the first time I ever saw you, I think I've saved it all these years. I keep it on file. The first time I ever saw you is what brought me, because I thought watching you, I thought somebody was just filming some really whacked out guy and was using him for the clicks, and I kept this video since day one. Can I take a minute and a half to play it just to give an example of what?
Sure.
Sure. Here you go. Enjoy. You probably this is a back in the Wayback Machine for you, but here you go.
So today we're gonna talk about how a lot of things are stupid right now because there's a whole bunch of stupid people who are making decisions that are stupid, and then there's a whole bunch of other stupid people who think that they're really smart by saying that the stupid people and the stupid things they're doing are smart because they agree with the stupid things they're doing. And so the people are pretending they're smart, but they're actually really stupid. But they can't admit that they're stupid, even though the things that are going on are stupid. And so you got a whole lot of stupid being perpetrated by a whole lot of stupid people, and then supported by even more stupid people. And then the rest of us are just kind of standing around going, this ain't good. And so it's pretty much, that's pretty much it. That's what's going on. I don't know what to tell you. Just a whole lot of stupid going on.
And it holds true to this day.
Timeless. Half the time I don't remember what I said in these videos.
I know, but it's held up. It's timeless wisdom. Again, when I started introducing you for the promos, is comedian and philosopher. Because as screwed up as you do stuff on your bits, you make a lot of sense a lot of the times. In a very nonsensical kind of way, and I get it. And you're not stupid. You just put it out there in a really crazy kind of way, and it makes a whole lot of sense. And you just made sense again years ago. Here we go. Let's see. We got more here. You got a lot of fans that are watching it. I thought the same thing. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I got some wonderful people out there.
You do. You have quite a following.
We got nothing else to do.
Well,
appreciate them.
I think they make the time to. I think people took time out of their lives because you're. How many? I mean, I don't think you do nearly as many podcast shows as you do stand-up routines, comedy shows that are, you have to be in that place. Tonight you're getting, to everybody all at once without having to be out of town. It's awesome.
Absolutely.
Have you considered doing like something on your own from here, from the house?
Doing a regular podcast
or something, or a weekly thing, or
I've thought about it, but I've done test runs into it, and it just, I don't know. I don't want to turn into the same podcast that everybody else is doing, and that's what I felt like every time I start doing it. That's what I feel like I just keep going that direction. So
there's only one Rodney Norman. This woman says, I stopped blow drying my hair to listen to this because you're so cool. There you go. I know she ain't talking about me. There you go. Let's that's all. I got all these. It's like, which one do I want? Eeny, meeny, miny. You talk about happiness a lot, loving yourself and things like that. I mean, I truly believe that when we talk about this stuff, you really mean what you say. I mean, can you elaborate a little bit more? Because people are lost. A lot of lost people.
Sure. Yeah. Happiness is it's, as I say, it's an inside job. It's you've got to decide that regardless of all the insanity in your life, that if you're just going to be.
Hey, where'd you go?
I mean, for some reason, we've got this idea that having more stuff and having more money and all this is going to make us happy, and nothing further from the truth. I mean, happiness is not a destination; it's the journey. And when you just decide, you know what, I'm going to be happy, I'm going to enjoy my life, and I'm going to just experience this for what it is, for when it is. You just find yourself just enjoying yourself, and that doesn't mean that you're everything's perfect all the time. It doesn't mean you're delusional, but you're ignoring everything. It's just knowing that yes, life is messy and nasty, and it's full of pain and discomfort and all kinds of disappointments they're going to experience. But if you just decide that you're just going to be happy with however it plays out and just enjoy the experience, you go through life less stressed out and enjoy it, enjoy the great moments, and just not get so worked up about the negative and terrible things. Change the world where you can, add to the positiveness and happiness. That's one thing that I always hear people are like, oh, how can you be so happy with all the wars and terrible things going on? Well, guess what? The wars and the terrible things have been going on forever. And yet we still find moments to enjoy ourselves. And that's the secret to the whole thing, is just knowing that, life is not fair. Life is full of disappointment. But if you don't get yourself worked up about things to be disappointed with, you're never disappointed, because nothing could disappoint you, because you don't expect any of it to work out at the beginning anyway. So, why go through life disappointing yourself all the time? That's what I can't figure out.
An old Indian woman, I don't mean feather, Dot, said to me once. She said, keep your expectations low. That way you have no place to go but up. So
absolutely. In fact, just eliminate your expectations. I have no idea how it's going to go. I have no idea what's going to happen. I get there.
Uh-oh. Come on. Sorry, you froze up there for a second, and I almost lost you. I go, no, okay. Not with all this excitement going on. I got to ask this because somebody brought this up, and it's the reality of life again. And I didn't even get to speak to you about this, and I apologize. But it says, how has the tragedy in your life affected your comedy?
Well, part of my dealing with the disappointments in my life and things is being able to laugh at them, and then being able to help other people laugh through theirs. And that's you can either let things make you bitter or make you better. And I just choose to just be better and just be. I have faith that it all works out somehow in the end. And as they say, you just keep believing, and it all works out somehow. And that's what I got going for me. And
Right.
I love helping other people experience that same thing, to just enjoy life for what it is,
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I still have sadness. I still have moments of grief.
Of course.
It's part of my life, but I don't let it overwhelm me. I choose to move on and to live as good a life as I can.
Yeah. We're here. And, I'm sure you bump into a lot of people that tell you a lot about their lives at shows. Am I correct?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I have people send me messages every day talking about their life and just, disappointments and depressing things, and how my videos have helped them deal with it and move on. Still try to find something to be happy and laugh about. So that's the best, when you can help somebody who's going through grief and death of a family member or someone very close, and it means the world when I can bring them something to laugh about and just know that life's going to move on. They're going to be okay.
Yeah. See, damn it, Rodney, I did not bill you as motivational speaker, and that's a big, big deal. I apologize.
No worries.
No, that's a lot of your videos are all about like oh God, they're so senseless, but they make so much sense. Like you run in circles, but it's all about the core of what you're talking about, which is like, keep going. I can't explain it. You're an oddity. You're definitely, that's why you're you.
Yeah, it's it goes back to the Einstein who says if you can't explain it to a fifth grader or a 5-year-old, then you don't really understand it yourself. And so that's something that I carry into it, is that I'm trying to explain things to a 5-year-old, and that's how I approach it. And so it seems oversimplistic. But in being oversimplistic, I'm able to really dive into some deep subjects. And, some people watch my video and think, oh, this guy's nuts. He's just rambling nonsense. But if you really listen to what I'm saying, it's, if I just say myself, it's pretty freaking brilliant.
The boy's genius. Highly calculated.
Put my philosophy to work is what I'm doing.
Yeah. So what we got going on here?
Yeah. I just want to share with people. Some very, I think people are a lot smarter than they give themselves credit for. You read, a lot of philosophy, and it just seems like it's over everybody's head. And no, it's just a great way of over-explaining very simple things. It's complicating the very simple. But when you really break it all down to it, it's all very easily understood. And we all think about these things. We all think about how is there a beginning to anything? How does anything at all exist? We all think about, what was the first thing, or where did God come from? How did we all think about these things. We all think about what's fair. We all think about what beauty is and what love is. We all have our ideas about these things. And that's all that philosophy is we're just, trying to understand everything. And so I'm just sort of the
the arbiter of simplicity, as it were.
You are, but the thing is, I know that a couple of years ago when I asked you how did you develop your character and all that, you told me it was you took a lot from your grandfather, correct?
Yes, he was a smart guy, but he'd lived a very tragic life. He had lost children. He had an experience where his own brother, is quite a tragic story. Served in World War II, was a decorated hero of World War II, was a Marine, and came back and was working on the railroad, the same railroad that my grandfather worked for. And there was a rail yard accident where he got trapped in one of the train tracks and was basically cut in two, was split right, and they got his body out. He was still alive, and they took him to my grandfather's house that wasn't very far from where the accident took place. And he laid there, and the whole family just basically kind of gathered around and said goodbye to him as he's in agony and pain, and then he passed away. And I think about these kinds of things that my grandfather went through, and he was a womanizer. He was an alcoholic. He'd lived a tragic life, a very, very difficult life, and for all of his faults, he was still my grandpa that I loved. Yeah. And he spent most of his time drunk, but he loved to tell us stories, and he loved to give us wisdom, and I always carried that with me. And so my character is loosely based on him. He didn't look like this. He was actually very dapper. He was always very looked as good as he could all the time. He dressed really nice. He was a railroad engineer. He was drove the trains, but he would always wear white shirts and ties and just really kind of dressed really nice every day when he went to work. And he always had very perfect coiffed hair and a pencil thin mustache. He's a good looking fellow. But yeah, it's kind of came to a point where I was working on that character, and then I saw a friend of mine who was trying to become an influencer on Instagram, and I thought, that's it. I need to mock and ridicule my friend. So I thought about doing this whole counter thing, making fun of influencers. And that's when I got the idea. I was like, that's it. My drunk grandma's life coach. And that's where it all stemmed from.
But I mean,
trying to make fun of the whole thing. I ended up becoming one.
but still, okay. So you say your grandfather was his hair and what made you go with the I've never, your hair's always sticking out.
Well, I didn't want to be, he influenced the idea, but it really wasn't intended to be him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it influenced just, I remember the way he would talk when he was really drunk, and that's really the emphasis of it. But no, when I started working on it, I was also growing my hair out because I wanted to do Santa Claus doing stand-up.
Uh-huh.
And so the hair and the beard just happened to be what I was doing at the time that I was, because it all really kicked off when COVID did. Because it just kind of hit at the perfect time where I was just telling people to, relax and enjoy themselves, and not to take this whole COVID thing too seriously, because it was probably nonsense. And the video just connected with people, and the look just sort of, kind of stuck.
Because it takes a lot of commitment to grow a beard. Number one, you got to want to, like, I start getting to a certain point and I'm scratching and everything. I want, oh, screw this.
Yeah, it's the thing is I'm not an attractive man. So what I've learned is the beard covers up a lot of mistakes.
Uh-huh.
And it helps me hide.
I don't know. I think you probably stand out a lot.
No, it's been fun. No, I love the beard, love the hair. My dad had a beard. My grandpa had a beard. My other grandpa,
your
paternal
son
grandpa had a beard.
Your son has a beard too, right?
Yeah, they've all tried. But yeah, they're growing beards. I told them they won't be able to grow a beard until they're about 35, so they still got a few more years to get the full thing.
I've seen you battling with your son on, like, he did a birthday, it's your birthday, happy birthday, with that little musical bowl thing. And
no, that is not my son.
Huh?
That's not my son. That's
not?
No, that's an influencer.
Really?
Up in Idaho.
He looks like you.
Oh, I know. It's pretty uncanny. But no, that's not. He's not my real son.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
Do you know his mama?
I've only consummated the relationship with one particular woman.
Yeah. Well, and cheers to you. How many years you been married now?
Coming up on 34.
God bless you. Most people,
September 11th.
that's a gold star again. I mean, not many people can do 5 years nowadays. Everything's 15 minutes.
Yeah, no, I love my wife. She's awesome.
And you're happy. That's pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
I get, every time she walks in the room, I get a little giddy.
You're scoring points.
There she is. So yeah. Our wedding anniversary is September 11th.
Oh wow. You won't forget that date.
Oh yeah.
I thought that guy was your son. You guys resemble each other so much.
Oh, I know him, and there's another guy, a street performer in New York, who people are constantly tagging me in his videos and vice versa, because they think we're related. And I've gotten to meet both of these guys and make videos with them just for the fun of it.
I thought you were just goofing around with your son, and that was, because the resemblance was, holy moly. I mean, not just because he had a beard, the eyes, everything. Wow. I apologize. I'm sorry.
No, I agree. Yeah, no,
Wow.
he's called the hand pain man. He just sings happy birthday to everybody all the time.
Yeah. While we're still talking about this, the thing about, okay, never mind the look, the resemblance, and everything that you put off. The biggest deal about is your deliveries, your consistency of being able to have that never-ending pause in time before you make a sound that, like, people wish you still don't understand what you're trying to say until you finally make it understandable with more pauses. I mean, that takes some development and time. Did you have to watch yourself to do that, or did that just start flowing?
Oh no! One thing I learned in comedy is that you tell the story through the words, but you reveal the story in the pauses. The real story is in what's not being said. Because I tell people when they start doing comedy, the trick is to get the audience to create in their own mind what they think the punchline is going to be. And then when you get there and it's not what they're expecting, that little surprise of, oh, I didn't see that coming. That's the magic of comedy, and you could build that tension up more with silence than anything else. And so a lot of comics, they just try to rush through. They wanted to hit you with one joke after the other, boom, 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 because they think that's what energy is it's just oh, he's so fast paced, crazy. Well, people just don't go with you on all that, And so if you're speaking in a way that they can follow and completely create a thought in their mind, and you create a picture in their mind, and then get them to realize they have the wrong picture, it's just magic. It's magic.
Look,
so,
a lot of your videos, hang on real quick, a lot of your videos that you put out, if you walking on stage and the pause with a little bit of a squeak and then more pause and maybe a different hand position or whatever, it's just like, it's this everlasting, what the hell, until you finally speak and people are already laughing and you haven't said a word.
Yes. Well, it's, as I like to tell people, in communication, about 30% of all communication is the words. Well, the 70% of communication is everything else. Your pacing, your oration, your timing, your physicality, your facial expressions. All of those things tell more of a story about what you're saying than what the words are. Because, people lie in their words, but they'll tell the truth with their body. And so I've learned how to lie with my body.
Well, I gotcha.
A lot of this is subconscious, One of the things I like to play with is that most people, if they got up in front of a bunch of people, they would be embarrassed to get up there and not be able to say anything. That's like a big fear, is it, I don't know what to say, and they're going to get up there and just freeze. So when somebody goes up there and looks ridiculous, first of all, most people would be mortified to go in front of an audience and look the way I do. And so playing with all these things that everything that everybody else would be just absolutely embarrassed if they walked onto a stage and looked the way I do. They would just destroy their life. They wouldn't be able to go in public ever again. And yet here I'm walking out there and not saying anything, and yet doing it with confidence. That's the funny thing, is I'm doing very strange things that most people would be just absolutely mortified if they did that. But then to get up there and do it with confidence, it throws people off. And what it is it's toying with your subconscious, because your subconscious can't deal with it.
No, it's more of a like, what the fuck is going on right now? I mean,
so it's funny to people. It's crazy.
Yeah,
I love it.
I got a picture of you. You have certain rituals before you go on stage. Do you have anything that you do or do not do before you go on stage?
No, I just get up there.
Just show up. Okay. Well, I don't know. This picture was taken. I thought it was you doing your pre-show warm-ups. Let me just get it in there. Some of that stretching and Tai Chi and all that stuff you're doing. What exactly?
That's just me showing up. That's just an old man showing off. He can still put his foot up on a counter. That's just me bragging to all the other old people who are my age and say, "Hey, look, I still got good hip movement. Look at that, and a head of hair."
What about the hand? The hand looks like something of martial arts. You're like martial arts or something going on.
Well, you see, right? That's one of my shirts. I was showing off my new merch.
Oh.
My Mellow Fellow T-shirts. So that was
Oh, okay,
my
gotcha.
little showmanship right there. That's what that is.
It is, and you didn't pull a nut or nothing. I mean, you're pretty limber. You're, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I just wanted to show that.
Man.
I thought that you're just showing off. And here's Rodney doing more of his ballet stuntery. Pretty cool. Wow. We've mentioned it in the past. Before, but you weren't always doing this kind of stuff. You were actually in the Marines.
Yes, I did 4-year stint in the Marine Corps. They told me, well, once a Marine, always a Marine, so I didn't bother to re-enlist. But no, it was fun. It was one of those things that I wanted to experience because it was so different from what I was from. I was not a military guy growing up. It was not something I'd ever planned on. But as I got older, just the idea that I needed to go through the military at some point in time just never got out of my head. So I did it just to have the experience, just to see what it was like, give back to my country for a little bit.
What can you accredit to, like, the change that was instilled in you from doing that? Because again, to look at you like this, you just, there's no, if I told somebody, yeah, he was a Marine, it's like, get the hell out of here. It's like, you can't put a sentence together.
Yeah. Well, it's just that, that do or die, get it done at all costs mentality. It's like, just you're like a little honey badger. I mean, as a Marine, you got a job to do. You get it done. You don't let your own insecurities or whatever hold you back. You got to climb up a tower and set up a signal tower. You just do it. You don't think about it. You just get the job done. And just kind of having that, fear of nothing, as it were, has suited me well throughout my life. So
that's what I was going to ask you. What do you attribute to now? What did you take with you as you're doing? I mean, comedy. I mean, people say, well, that has nothing to do with anything. I think it does. It makes you who you are. As to, like, being in comedy is no easy task. I know why people quit. It's hard.
Oh yeah. Just in the Marine Corps, you just learn to just be tenacious. You just get it done. You stop taking excuses. You just hold yourself accountable. Focus on the things. Focus on what you're there to do. You go into battle. I'm not going to do everything. I'm going to do just what I'm there to do. Because that's that my job is essential to everybody else being able to do their job. And I think having that mentality in everything you do, where you just focus on what you need to do and what you can do, what you have control over, and you take care of that. You do your best with what you have and focus on just that. Because, everybody thinks that they're going to change their Facebook profile and they're going to solve the problem between Ukraine and Russia for some reason. Get over yourselves. You know what I mean? Just focus on your own life. Make the world better where you're at. That's how we make this all work.
Earlier you were talking about that you give people credit, they're smarter than you think. I don't know. Lately, with all the division and all the things that are going on, and watching people just scream at the top of their lungs, I'm really losing faith. I'm going, I didn't realize there's a population out there so just clueless. I hate saying that, but I'm kind of, being that I do this show, I get, told from Peter, you're awesome, to Peter, you're a friggin' idiot all the time. It's night and day. And people voicing their opinions. you know, and you kind of get used to it. It's like you can't please everybody, but some of the stuff that comes out of these people's mouths is like, are you can't be serious. You can't be that stupid, really, can you?
Well, you know, there are stupid people. There've always been stupid people. And there's always going to be stupid people, but there's also smart people out there. And I you know, they say you play to your own audience, and that's why I don't get too worried about whether or not my videos are doing all that well, or that I have as big a following as some other people. I know that the people I'm getting to are smart. They get the jokes. They understand what I'm doing. They appreciate what I'm doing. And, you know, it's funny. It reminds me, there's this, you know, Rick and Morty, have you cartoon?
Yeah. Uh-oh, I lost you. Hang on.
This Rick and Morty has this. They have this one scene where. We cycling out there. They're being booed by an audience, and Rick just said, "It's a me because I see what you applauded for." You know?
Hey, I'm losing you. Hang on.
He knows the people who dig him are.
Damn it.
Yeah, this is crazy. We're cycling out.
Yeah, Rodney, you with me still? Because for some reason you're freezing up. You're not moving any mouses around or anything, are you? Huh.
Yeah, I'm still here. Yeah, it keeps cycling out for some reason.
Yeah. Damn it. But I didn't.
What's going on?
Here's the thing. Do you get?
Wait,
I know. What? You still with me?
Just there's a guy named Adam that just made a comment.
What did he say?
He used to work. You work with him at Wise Guys, you know, West Valley's comedy club. And I just want to say hi to Adam because I've actually been trying to find him. Adam, send me a DM, something. I'd love to reconnect with you, buddy.
Yeah, and if you could see this, you used to be my boss at
He
Wise
was
Guys.
an incredible.
Damn it, I'm losing you. Why am I losing you? Tell me something. I know I get judged really badly on short clips. Like somebody will see a short clip. They didn't see the whole show to get the gist of what's really going on. And I know that with your clip, they're very crazy and people go like, what's wrong with you? Do you get a lot of that?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I get people who, you know, they think that they think I'm making fun of people with brain injury. It's not true. Far from that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and like I said, you know, the character is very smart. I mean, I'm delving into some very deep subjects with this character, but I'm doing it in an oversimplified manner so that people can understand it. And I still have people that think that, you know, that he's like got ADHD and that he's unfocused and he's just rambling. And it's like, that's not the truth at all. And so when I see people that think that's what's going on, I know that's just a manifestation of their own personal inabilities intellectually. You know, I know that they're just slow themselves. That's why they see that. And so I don't get worked up about it. In fact, the more negative comments I get, the more excited I get, because that means new people are seeing my videos.
True. I mean, you gotta take it off.
You know, I see a lot of comments of, you know, they'll think that I'm Will Ferrell's dad, which is funny because I'm 15 years younger than Will Ferrell. So it's kind of silly, the things people say, but.
Yeah. Why do you sound so normal, Rodney? See, my daughter, remember I told you that last night, I said when I talked to her on the phone, she said, I'd be so disappointed if he was normal and didn't talk like he does on stage because she just loves it.
Yeah, I've had a few people. I had one guy, this was one of my favorite things. He said, you know, I followed you for months and I was just amazed, you know, by your videos. And then I found out that it was an act. and I was really disappointed, and I was upset because I felt like something, that like I had a relationship with somebody and it turned out to be a lie. And then he goes, but then I realized that you were such a great actor, I had no idea it was an act.
Yeah, absolutely.
And now I love it. Now I love it even more because you're able to create something so genuine and so real, and fool me to believe that it was real. That I still feel that it's real. And he goes, now I love it even more. So I love that.
People want to see a real live swing blade, like full time. They want to,
Yeah, they do.
I have no gas in it. It's just the way it is. One more show question. Do you get on stage at times? I mean, we all have those moments where like you're there. It's been a weird day. You don't know, the crowd's feeling funky. You're watching other comedians and what the crowd and vibe is doing. Do you ever get into your own head when you get out there and like go, crap, man? I'm so not wanting to be here right now, or
I have had those experiences, in the past, but as of now, in the experiences I have now, I don't. I just. Whether it's disappointed because it's a small turnout, or I still have opportunities where I get in front of audiences where nobody knows who I am at all.
Yeah.
And I love it. It's a privilege to be able to do what I do for a living. And
right.
I never want to lose that feeling that, whether I'm in front of a group of 3 people at a comedy club in Washington D.C., which I had, or I'm in front of thousands. I just love the whole thing. I love every experience. I get to do this for a living, and I couldn't be couldn't be happier. I mean, I've said it before. If nothing more ever comes of any of this, I'm still having a great time.
No, I get it.
I have had people that follow me, and it's just amazing.
You do have a good following. I mean, you really do. But we're human, and things happen, and sometimes. But I mean, to rise above it, I know that there's times when I'm frazzled. I'm running, and I get in this seat, and the minute the light goes on and the go button's gone, I like turn into like everything just washes away, and I'm like, all right, I'm back to it's like I remember why I'm here, and this is the easiest part of my whole week is sitting right here. Nobody knows all the bullshit in between. You travel a lot. Are you doing more flying now than driving, or is it about 50-50, or what's because you used to drive a lot?
It's still about 50-50. I mean, I try to fly more often than not, but no, I love the travel. I love running into people, and that's the fun thing is I can post and say, hey, I'm going to be in Indianapolis this afternoon, and I'll get 3 or 4 people say, hey, I'll meet you for lunch, and we'll get a little group together just to some Fazoli's somewhere, and have a bunch of people show up, and we just kind of hang out for an hour or two. I have people that I've said, hey, I need a place to stay in Bismarck, and I'll get 6 or 7 people say, hey, come stay at my house, and it's fun. It's pretty extraordinary, what I've got, the life that I'm living, and I'm having a great time. Huh. And getting to have other people involved in it is just it's the best. I love it.
Here's a question for you. Have you ever crapped yourself on stage? One time I got passed out drunk and woke up in a strange house, and someone had shit in my pants. I don't sorry. I thought it was a question. Unless you want to answer that. No.
I've never. I don't drink. I've never drank, and I've known a lot of comics who feel like they have to drink before they go on stage, and I've told every one of them that's a bad way to set it up, because if you have to drink to perform, you're just asking for trouble there. You got the I've had bad shows. I've had times I've gotten up there and the audience just did not buy into what I was doing at all. And I just kind of lean into it and have fun with it regardless, you know?
Mm. Some people just don't get it.
Well, you learn, yeah, you know, because I mean, that's is one of the challenges I have getting agents. I can't get anybody to represent me for anything. And no, it's serious. I mean, I've talked to them, but they just kind of do, yeah, I'll pass. So I'm not getting into the big clubs or, you know, any of the big stuff. But no, I'm having fun. I can still get, you know, 40 people to show up in a pizza shop in middle of nowhere, Indiana. And not everybody could do that. So I got that going for me.
Yeah, I get. Well, again, you can't please everybody. I get in management. I believe it's a catch-22. I think that now, especially, let's go into the internet, because you spend a lot of time. You put out a lot of content and things like that. Everything I'm reading nowadays, you don't know what to believe and what not to believe. There's so much fake news and fake articles about so-and-so died, some celebrity died, and all these. I mean, what is the purpose? Why do they buy? It's just clickbait, but whoop-de-doo. I mean, how do you weed through all that to try to keep yourself relevant so people can pay attention to you as opposed to all the bullshit that's roaming around you?
Like I said, I look at it this way. I don't know. You've probably heard people say, "Hey, you got to learn to relate to your audience." And, you know, you hear that in, you know, public speaking. I heard that in debate. I heard that in theater. I heard that in comedy. And all I've ever had to say to that is that's just nonsense. You're never going to relate to everybody in the audience. But what you can do is get everybody in that audience to relate to you. That's how you connect with them, is you bring them into your world. You bring them in and you show them around how you think and how you see the world. And that's what I focus on. I don't get hung up on the trends. I don't get hung up on chasing the algorithm. I don't feel pressured to, you know, constantly be putting out content. It's just, when it feels good, it feels right, I'll do it. You know, some days, some weeks I do a whole bunch. Other times, you know, I go a couple days a week without posting anything. I know my audience, and I'm just here to entertain them. And you know, I want to challenge myself and do other things and experiment with other characters and different things. But no, I think a lot of it is just you just bring people into your world and show them around. Have a good time.
Somebody wants to know, how old were you when you started? This guy's 53. He wants to know how old you were when you started the comedy stuff.
I started when I was 28 years old. This is when I first did stand up. I did theater and improv all through high school, college. I also did debate and all that kind of stuff. I've done background work in movies and done local theater and all that kind of stuff. But stand up is when I was 28 years old when I finally started doing it.
He also says, "Crap, I'm late." That's okay. You can catch the show on demand. The show will repeat itself and live on forever. So you can watch the show. Yeah, don't worry. Better late than never. You know, I don't know. You've developed such a character. It'd be to me, it'd be hard to watch you do anything else. I've seen your like intellectual self with short hair and, speaking, with a demure of exotic, I've talked to you like this before, but it's like, you've been this for so long now. It's like you almost like etched it in stone, unless you completely shaved the beard and everything else. No?
Yeah. I'm just having fun. I don't think I'm so big that I have to be the character. I'm not like Larry the Cable Guy or anything. If I cut my hair and shave the beard, people, 8 people would be disappointed for like half a day, and then we'd all move on. No one's going to care.
You've worked hard to establish yourself, and you've done well.
I just enjoy
it works.
Yeah, it's done well, but yeah. But at the same time, I want to challenge myself. I want to do other stuff. I have a lot more ideas and thoughts and characters and stuff inside me that I like to explore.
So you have some things. You have some other types of things you're thinking about trying.
Yeah, well, one of the first things that I started doing on Facebook was I would do dramatic readings of Facebook posts. And I would just find interesting, because, back then people actually wrote interesting things on Facebook. Now it's all just videos and memes and,
yeah,
it's just not as fun as it used to be. But I was doing that for a while, and it was getting a lot of traction. And then Facebook, for whatever reason, decided that they didn't like it, so they just stopped sharing it with anybody. Kind of shut the whole page down. It's kind of boring, kind of a bummer.
So that which leads me. I'm glad you brought that up. I just recently got banned from X, and I don't even know how I got banned from X. I don't. My daughter says ISIS is on X. How the hell did you get banned on X? I couldn't even make an appeal. They've just wiped me out, and it's like, fuck off. We don't want it. You're done. And have you had any issue? And TikTok, since TikTok's been bought by Larry Ellison in America, I think it's become more stifling than when the Chinese had it. How are you doing over there?
Yeah, I go through the same issues. Well, one of my biggest problems is that other people will take my videos and they'll repackage them and then post them as their own video. And AI decides that they have the rights to my video. So when I post my video, it gets taken down or gets a copyright strike because they think somebody else owns it. And so I've had to go through that several times trying, I always win, but it's just annoying when I have to keep doing it, saying, look, this is me. And no, it's the dumbest thing. Cause I go more viral when somebody else posts my videos than when I post them. And I've just accepted that that's just life for whatever reason,
I've had it up to here.
Yeah, 500,000 followers on Facebook, and only have five views on it.
Wow.
It's I just kind of, like I said, I stop myself when I start thinking of trying to chase the algorithm, because it's like, it makes no sense. I'll have a video, I'll spend lots of time thinking about and writing it all out, getting it perfect, and it goes nowhere. Yeah. And then this half-baked, dumb, stupid idea I do while I'm sitting in my car goes completely nuts.
I know that feeling.
There's no rhyme or reason to any of it.
No, I don't think about that stuff either, but I did manage.
I have fun, bro.
No, yeah, it's just, I'm just with TikTok again. I quit. I have a pseudonym, but there's no more Peter G Show on TikTok. They took me out twice in 2 weeks, and the first one was after 4 years and 6,000 videos. They finally just took me off, and I do nothing wrong. I'm not that bad, you know what I mean? But and the X, it's like, what the hell? So
it's
the bots can't talk to them.
And they see you violated standards, but they never tell you.
Yeah, I'm losing
on off of TikTok for
no,
months.
It's I don't chase.
Shut me down on TikTok. Yeah, I got taken down on TikTok for about 6 months, and they never told me why.
Yeah,
I was monetized at one time, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, they just said, "We're not paying you anymore, and we're not sharing your videos with anybody."
And
that was pretty much put my TikTok thing. I was posting stuff and I was getting 1 million views in 24 hours on almost every video I posted. And now I'm lucky to get a couple thousand views, maybe.
Shit. Yeah, it's gotten ridiculous.
And they never tell me why. Never explain it.
It's turning into pay to play. It really is. You advertise with them, they'll love you to death. You know, if you don't, you're just going to scratch and claw. Just the way it is. We're running out of time.
Yeah, absolutely.
I want to tell everybody who's interested, if they want to find more about you and things like that, can we send them to your website over at www.rodneynorman.com? What's that sound like? Uh-oh. Damn internet. Damn you, internet.
Yes, that's the best place. rodneynorman.com.
Ah, there you are. I
You're
lost
fine.
you again.
You
Yeah.
hear me?
Yeah, I got you now because I don't want to lose you during
here.
Don't want to lose you during your plug. You know, it's like now's the time to sign. You have to But yeah, people that want to go see more about you, all your videos, are they up there? Or I mean, you're on every platform too, just about, aren't you?
Yeah, if you just Google Rodney Norman, I'm the most famous Rodney Norman of all time.
Yes.
So all my stuff pops up first. You can find me on all the platforms.
Cool. I do. I still, you know, and I've been meaning to get you on, and time has just gone by. I finally got off my ass a few months ago, and then finally picked up the phone and called you, and you answered, you know, and I was like, all right, we're in business. There is a God. And on tax day of all days, on tax day, you know, I know we briefly talked on taxes, but you know, I'm a little bit bummed because I know eventually that I'm going to get my taxes done in a couple of weeks, and I'm going to have to end up paying Somalia a bunch of money.
Yep. Well, somebody's got to keep those daycare centers open.
But that's the problem. It's like, you know, those daycare and the Leering centers too.
It's all for the children.
Leering, because everybody needs to be leering. But look at this. You got fans, man. All these people. I want to thank all your fans for commenting, because I have the greatest lurkers. My fans want to watch somebody else with what they're going to say. So I'm glad that they show up, but they always are waiting to make somebody else make a phone call or somebody else make a comment. So I want to thank your people for commenting and telling what they feel. I mean, look, I'm a fan. I mean, how much better do you want it than that? Thanks
they're the best.
Yeah, look at that. Thanks for having Randy on.
Even if they just still keep calling me Randy for some reason.
What's up with that? Hey, so long as they call you, you know, it's just I don't care when you call me, just call me. But listen, once again, everybody go over to rodneynorman.com. Yeah, hey, take it while you can. It's when they stop calling. But look at that. See, you're cool. It's like I'm originally a Rodney fan. Now I'm a Peter G fan. Well, thank you. I don't always do guys like this. We do a lot of different topics, but you know, I do. If anything, you can say I'm consistent. Something. But Hey, if because we got to go. If anything, you can leave your people, my people, and all the newbies that will be coming in and seeing this for decades and a lifetime to come. What from the words of Rodney Norman would you cast upon the world right now?
Okay, so the thing you gotta remember is that nobody has absolutely any idea what they're doing. We're all just kind of making it up as we go. So if you feel like you're lost and that nobody knows what's going on, it's because you're very perceptive, and it's true. We have no idea. So live your best life. Do what you can with what you can while you got it, and just know that you're nothing special. We're all just kind of milling about trying to figure it out as we go. So love yourself, love the people you're around, make the world a better place. Okay.
That's it. Okay. Wow.
Goodbye.
Yes. One more time, to find Rodney, go to www.rodneynorman right there. And I want to thank you for giving me the time for little old me over here in my neck of the woods. And I know, you're a busy man. I've checked your schedule. And just coming on the show and just sharing your thoughts. And I just throw things at you and you honestly answer them. And again, I'm a fan. I tell you that, and I'll continue to tell you that. So thank you for doing what you do, because it is, people need to lighten up, and you just go through life trying to make sure that you're, making them lighten up through your enlightenment. So I appreciate that. But that's it. So everybody get a last look at that mug right there, because that ain't easy being him. There he is, the one and only Mr. Rodney Norman, comedian Rodney Norman. Into the eye. Look into the eye. That's a good look, Rodney. All right, brother, listen. See, that's the shit that, you don't have to say nothing, and it says it all right there. I couldn't win. Yes, here we go again with Andrew saying winning. That's right. It doesn't get any better. Who's got it better than us right now, huh? Don't answer that.
Absolutely.
All right, buddy. God bless you. Thank you. And again, if you have time to stick around until we're done, great. If you got to go, you got to go, and I'll catch up with you. But I appreciate you taking the time to share yourself with my audience and enlighten your audience too, that I don't think gets enough time to see you in a different realm, like we're seeing tonight. And that's why I like having you on. We get a little more insight. The man has no real loss. He keeps on keeping on like a champ. There you go. Well said. All right. I appreciate your time. Wave goodbye to everybody. Show everybody that fabulous, yeah, there we go. Who's got a wave like you? Look at that shit. Look at the flow. Look at how the style. You've been practicing, haven't you?
Wrist, elbow, elbow. Wrist, elbow, elbow.
Wrist, elbow, elbow. Love it. All right, buddy. There you go. I'm going to take you out like that. There you go. Peace out. I'll see you soon.
Right, we'll see you.
All right, there you go. And then let's take it. Getting all that info is making me thirsty. Hang on. Woo! Here's a Rodney. Smooth. Always. I mean, and to see him on the show like this again I'm so used to seeing him in character. It's always a little bit refreshing to get a little bit of both worlds, like what makes him tick. And I'm glad he came on the show. I'm glad that you people tuned in to watch him. If you have any comments, requests, anything, you can always write the show at info@petergshow.com. It's real simple. Don't forget to share, people. I love you for watching. I do. I know how much dedication and time it takes to watch something like this. But don't forget, if you're busy, you can put an earbud in your ear. And after tonight's show, it will go to audio podcast as well as on demand on all the major platforms to watch anytime you want or to share with people. And on top of that, I think Rodney is sharing this show on his own platforms as well, too. So, take it with you. That's the best thing you could do for both of us is to share. It's like it's worth it. I mean, to me, there's a lesson learned in all this stuff, even in a comedic kind of way. That's for sure. But don't forget also, Wednesday, April 22nd, next week, April 22nd, Wednesday, right here on Life of Peter G, the Peter G Show. This month of April is National Child Abuse Awareness and Prevention Month. And I'm having to close out this month with Mr. Dean Tong. He's a certified forensic consultant and child abuse expert. And believe it or not, life is sticky, sadly, and he defends people who get wrongly accused of child abuse. You would think that it's only one way. It goes both ways. Sometimes things go awry, and pissed off parents make children say and do things that, wrongfully so. And he defends the innocent. And we're going to talk about all that next week. Again, we do all kinds of topics, but they all have a purpose. This is entertainment with a purpose. I love bringing things to the forefront. So join me Wednesday, April 22nd, right here with Dean Tong, attorney and certified forensic consultant and child abuse expert. Got a lot of questions for him, and he's going to tell us about what goes on with nasty divorces or all kinds of situations and custody cases and all that. So join me. It's going to be these next few months. A lot of child stuff going on because I love children and we want to protect our children for sure. All right. Again, I want to thank everybody for watching Life of Peter G, the Peter G Show, every Wednesday like clockwork, 6 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. on the East Coast. God willing, need all the help I can get. That is for sure. We just do what we do and hope that somebody's going to be appreciative of it and pay attention and like it, follow, share, subscribe to YouTube. They punish me, but subscribe over there anyway. And definitely follow on Facebook or LinkedIn. All those run all the platforms. And there's lots of short clips you'll be able to see from this show every week from every show. And that's what's going on. Anything lastly? Nope. Lastly, as I always say, life is short. So be kind, because you don't know what's going on in the next person's head. Sometimes people are biting, snapping a little bit too quick. You don't know what's going on in their world. And just before you retaliate, I'm guilty of it. I'm forever learning. I've gotten a lot better. Take a breath before you speak, because you never know. And think before things come out of your mouth that you may or may not regret saying. You may not get second chances sometimes, but life, you don't have to be an ass, but you don't have to take a bunch of crap from people either. So just take a chill pill. There's a lot of tension going on in our world right now, and they're trying to divide us on purpose, and they're doing a real good job of it. I mean, it's evident. I mean, everybody's at battle with everybody, and I'm sick of it. I wish all this nonsense would finally stop and the veil be lifted and blah, blah, blah. But meanwhile, here we are, all right? So please, please, please try to get along. Can't we all just get along? My name is Peter G. I want to thank you one more time, and let's see you next week. Share, share, share. Can't say it anymore. Be kind. That is, we just need to we all need to get along. I'm repeating myself, but it's so friggin' true. All right, that's it. So until next week, again, thank you, Rodney Norman. See you on the road. And my name is Peter G. I love you guys, and peace out.
Peter G Show, Peter G Show, divorced dad, single